Woo! Major League Baseball today. 3 games on the docket. Exciting times. One at 3:08, one at 5:08. How about that? And then one a game at 8:08. The first game on deck here is going to be Detroit and Cleveland. 9:09, 9:10 on rotation. The 3:08 start. This line opened up roughly a pick'em. Still sitting roughly a pick'em as a slight favorite towards Cleveland today. Could this be the day that both teams break out their bats, or is it all hands on deck and you trust the home team, Detroit and Cleveland, Joe? What are we thinking here in this game today?
Well, I mean, Flaherty is going, against Cecconi, but I don't think either guy, Donnie, is going to see a third time through this order. I think maybe they'll get 1 or 2 shots through the lineup, and that'll be that here. And I just do not see any reason to think, even though they were 1 for 15 yesterday with guys on base there, the Tigers, I just don't see any reason to think, Donnie, that there is going to be some sort of offensive explosion, even against guys like Cecconi in the bullpen. And Flaherty might be good for, till the 4th, but this is it. So they're going to empty everything they have here in order to be able to win this game. But don't be shocked if, once again, it's a 1-1, 2-1 game heading into the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning.
If you take a look, and again, I'm not an ERA guy, but I know a lot of people just use that as a baseline. Since August 1st, Joe, Slade Cecconi, 5.01 ERA, Jack Flaherty, 4.91. To Joe's point, what he's bringing up is, you don't have the pedigree to work your way out of situations. Let's just say 10 years ago, Clayton Kershaw's on the mound, and it's the 3rd inning, runners on 1st and 2nd, and nobody out. It's not getting the hook because you trust him. Zach Wheeler in Philadelphia, any great pitcher they have, Tarek Skubal, he's going to get the benefit of the doubt. If Jack Flaherty in the top of the 2nd inning, let's just say, or the bottom of the 2nd inning, has runners on 1st and 2nd base and no out, he probably doesn't even see the next batter in that equation. Those are so hard because all hands on deck games in the playoffs are what we're going to see today. First sign of trouble, you're going to the matchup out of the bullpen. And also, it's kind of funny, hey, the game's going to revolve around your season on Jack Flaherty and Slade Cecconi. Maybe not the best scenario, but it is what it is, and you try to make the best of it here. So an interesting game nonetheless. If there were going to be runs scored just based on starting pitching, you probably get it in this game. But again, it's your bullpen. It's the bullpen matchups. Hey, I think they're going to score a lot of runs. You don't even know who's coming in out of the bullpen or what time. You might see a closer, Joe, in these situations coming in the 5th inning to get you out of that inning.
Well, just look at the outs props for the starting pitchers, right? 12 and a half for Flaherty and 12 and a half for Cecconi. So they'll be lucky to get through the order twice. And if any one of them is getting into trouble, the bullpens are coming in. So, 12 and a half outs, Donnie, is kind of crazy. But that's what it's going to be here.
Yep, it's just the way it is. Padres and the Cubs, also game number 2 on the docket today, 5:08 p.m. from Chicago. These are interesting times, too, because, Joe, sometimes you watch playoff baseball, and this is a big deal. Usually pitchers are better because playoff teams have better pitching. We get that from, let's just say, the Colorado Rockies. But, Joe, talk to me about these afternoon games where the shadows come into play early, where you got flamethrowers. You can't even pick up the baseball at that point, and it makes a big deal on the total. Game number 1 listed at 7. Game number 2 at Wrigley, 7.5. Tyone versus Darvish. How are we playing this Padres-Cubs winner-take-all game?
Yeah, this is even more pronounced, right, Donnie? The outs prop for those 2 starting pitchers, 9.5.
Yeah. Wow.
So what do you think? Yeah, what do you think is happening here, Donnie? They're down much like Dylan Cease, who saw 11 outs on Wednesday, and that was it. And then they went to the bullpen. But you mentioned, the leverage guys here for the Padres have been used in the first 2 games. However, Michael King is available behind Darvish to eat up some innings if they need to. And the Cubs could use Savali next if they need to, because Colin Ray pitched in relief yesterday. So this is going to be a chess match now, right? This is where it comes into who's playing chess and who's playing checkers. It's going to be all about matchups and analytics, but ultimately both teams have guys they need to show up today in this do or die spot. But again, how many runs are we getting here? Are we really thinking this is going to be some sort of slugfest, even against bullpens? I don't think so, Donnie.
Next game up, Joe, Roger Clemens versus Pedro Martinez. Could it be? No. Winner take all. Yankees, Red Sox, Connerly early, and Cam Schlittler on the mound. So when you talk about maybe a quick hook that's coming, it's going to come in this game. But if we take a look at the lineup here and say, all right, both of these teams should be able to get base hit, whatever. 7.5 is still the total, Joe. A heavy favorite once again for the New York Yankees that we saw yesterday. How do we treat this game?
So you're telling me a kid who's got electric stuff, don't get me wrong, but he's got 4 Major League Baseball starts, and now he's going into a winner-take-all Bronx Yankee Stadium environment against the #1 hitting team against left-handed pitching. Yeah, that
By the way,
should
that
be
kid
fun.
needs a nickname. I can't be calling him Connolly early at this. I mean, it's too much. Too much right now. Too much early line. Hour number 2 is next. Come on back with us. Cam, we got 3 elimination games in Major League Baseball today. Detroit, Cleveland, San Diego, Chicago, as well as Boston and New York. Any eyes on the prize on any one of these 3 games, Cam?
Yeah, it was great. We had a nice 4-gamer. I was telling you guys before we got on there. That was, it was crazy. With Cincinnati go up 2-0, but the Dodgers in the over, they capped it. I'm going to go with Cincinnati. I know Cecconi can be a little bit, hit and miss, but so can Flaherty. Is this the game that it finally opens up with these offenses? I'm taking the Cleveland Guardians. Second game, I'm having a little bit of a problem with Tyone and Darvish. I'm going to go with the Padres, but that's more of a lean, Donnie. I like Cleveland a lot. Yankees don't like the price, but I think they get it done. Boston using a lot of arms. We'll see what happens. And as a Blue Jay fan, they went 8-5 against Boston this year and 8-5 against the Yankees. So who would you rather play? But in my heart, I'd rather play the New York Yankees than the Boston Bruins. Boston Bruins. What the? Oh, hockey's back.
He wants it. He wants it. That's not a Freudian slip. He wants it.
Buffalo Sabres, -260. Preseason versus Pittsburgh. They're not even screwing people in the preseason. Betting Sabres will put you in a cardboard box. That's my tip.
It's good.
Absolutely love it. What about tonight, Cam, Thursday Night Football? You leaning Rams? You leaning, what are you doing here?
I'm actually going to use the Rams as a survivor pick. The 49ers are so banged up. Originally, I was thinking if they were healthy, 3.5. Now we're getting 7.5, guys. I don't really like the spread. And Brady Cannon and a lot of the other smart guys at SportsGrid, perfect teaser material, too, if you bring the Rams down. I think they're going to, win this game by probably a touchdown. It's a good number by the books, hanging that 7.5, 8 there. That hook could be very important, but I'm going to take the Rams tonight. And you guys know, what is the most popular survivor pick this week? It's going to be the Arizona Cardinals probably against Tennessee because Tennessee is an ass. That's what their own quarterback's calling them that.
That's
this
true.
Team watching them, honestly, like they put give me gray hair. They put lines. I got enough lines in my forehead. That team sucks. But I'm going to take the Rams as the survivor pick tonight. I think they get it done. We hit last week Seattle and the under both by the hook. I think this game might be under too. I'm not sure how the 49ers offense is going to score on that Rams defense.
By the way, Cam gives us a lot of information, but also Cam just gave me one of the more fire nicknames for a baseball player. Yu Darvish will now be called Yarvish on this network here.
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic by Cam right there. By the way, Cam, NHL next weekend. How we feeling? Come on now. Opening night, Florida. Cup night. Come on.
Drop the puck. I love hockey. I'll tell you this. Watch out for the Anaheim Ducks point total over 82.5. I think they're going to make major improvements this year.
Gems, all gems. He's Cam Stewart. Love to see him. Thanks for joining us here, Cam. We'll talk to you soon. No doubt about it. Joe and Donnie closing it out next. We got football. We got baseball today, Joe. Where you heading for your bye play of the day?
Well, Donnie, I'm going to go to the Chicago Cubs and the Padres game here today, and I'm going to look at the first 5 under. It's listed currently at 4.5. It wouldn't shock me if this drops down to 4 before the pitch, which I believe is going to be right around 5 o'clock here. So, great time for shadows at Wrigley. Always a good time. But the reality is, both of these bullpens, there is no tomorrow. They will both be available. They will both be emptied. Taillon has been very good down the stretch when he's come back here. Darvish has been here and done this before. But the bullpens, I love the bullpens. And we're not talking about 2 teams that have been, lighting it up offensively here. So I do think that this is going to be a little tight in an elimination game, especially given the time of day this is going to be. 4.5 runs, I think, is just too much for a series, Donnie, where, I mean, we've seen, 3 and 4 runs total in this thing? I don't see this being a slugfest because the bullpens will be involved before it gets out of hand, way before anything gets out of hand here.
All hands on deck in all 3 ball games today. I'm going to go to New York City. I'm going to head to the Bronx, the boogie down Bronx. I'm going to take a look at a total in this game. Oh, he's definitely going under. No, he's not, people. I'm going over between the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees at 7.5. Connolly Early is going to be on the starting mound today versus Cam Schlittler. 2 young pitchers in the biggest high-leverage situation they've ever seen. Now, Don, you might say, okay, they want to go 2 innings apiece. I get that as well. There's way too many good batters in this game. Yesterday, I thought that game had a chance to go over, ended up 4-3. I definitely think we go over today. Who advances? That's the best guess. Cooler temperatures? Yeah, that's true. But today, we go over in the Bronx, Joe. I'm going with it. Fading the young pitchers. I'm fading the bullpens. Give me the runs today.
Let's go. Long ball it is, Donnie. And that's what's going to win that game and that series. Who can get the ball over the fence?